Hello and welcome to another PvP review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Prime First Edition Voyager class Optimus Prime. Now this figure was originally released back in the United States in 2011 and is still to this day probably one of the best Optimus Prime figures ever to be produced by Hasbro. Now bringing the figure in for a closer inspection, we can see that he is extremely detailed all throughout the figure. A majority of it is sculpt work rather than paint applications. See on the back, we've got the smokestacks. The head sculpt is really nice. If you look at the details around the neck area, we've got all that sculpted in detailing. The chest section and the torso has been done really well. And the legs are very simple but effective. Turning the figure around, we have literally next to no kibble, which is one of the reasons that this figure is so good. Articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so you can get all the up and down and rotation side to side. The arms are on a swivel, so they can swivel 360. They can hinge in and out, and the shoulder piece can move up and down. There is a 90-degree bend at the elbow, and the wrists can also swivel. There is somewhat of a waist swivel, however it is mainly for transformation and you don't get too much as it does lock into place. The legs can kick backwards and forwards and out to the sides. There is a 90-degree bend at the knee and the feet are on ball joints, so you can swivel them around and hinge them back and forth. Due to transformation you can get some toe pivot, which definitely does help for posability. So overall, for articulation, this guy is definitely not hindered and has a lot to offer. Voyager class Optimus Prime comes with one of each of his signature accessories. We've got his blaster that he uses predominantly in the first two series of Transformers Prime. It's casted in a black metallic plastic. You can see we've got some flaky paint in there just to give it a more metallic feel, and we've got a silver dry brushed nozzle to give the illusion that it has got a bullet in it and can be inserted into Optimus Prime's hand. The second accessory he comes with is an Energon blade, which he does use in the Transformers movies. This is just an animated look for it, and I must say the execution is pretty decent. It is made out of a very soft, bendy rubber. However, there are some details on it, so that it's not just boring, and you've got the blue pen application to give the illusion that Energon is flowing through it. Once again, it can be stored on the figure's person just by plugging it into the figure's hand. For a comparison, here is first edition Optimus Prime next to the Last Night Voyager Prime, as well as the evasion mode from Age of Extinction. As you can see, he is definitely Voyager class scale, and if not taller than the previous Last Night version. However, I do think he is more the exact same size as the evasion mode Optimus. We have Optimus Prime in his very awesome looking truck mode. As I said previously, I do believe this design was inspired from the movies, as this is more or less the Peterbilt semi-truck that Optimus Prime transformed from Transformers 1 to 3. However, this has been done without the flames, which is, to some, definitely a better design choice. Now, as you can see, there is not much in terms of paint applications, much like we saw in robot mode. However, there doesn't really need to be. The grille is in this grey plastic, but it has got some very nice details. That Autobot symbol is definitely very precise. We've got some blue tail lights, just all kind of screws bolted around the hood of the vehicle. We've got some silver paint for the steps, and the smokestacks are done in a very rubbery plastic. Turning it around is slightly a mess. However, we can see a trailer hitch. Not too sure if it is compatible with any trailers. However, this is definitely a very, very nice truck and does clean up extremely well in this vehicle mode. For a size comparison, here is the Voyager Optimus Prime next to the recent The Last Night Voyager Hound. As you can see, the truck of Optimus Prime is bigger than Voyager class Hound. However, in hand, Hound does definitely feel heavier. As you can see, Optimus Prime is longer and is slightly taller than Hound, which I guess in a real life scale chart would be fairly accurate. Overall, this figure is extremely impressive. He is definitely one of my favourite Voyager classes to date, and this design of Optimus Prime just thoroughly appeals to me. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more.